Hi guys, and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk about my postpartum update, how I'm doing, how Amaya is doing, how Naomi is doing. So let's just jump right in. We'll start with Amaya. Amaya was born on May 20th, 2018. She was born 6 pounds and 11 ounces, 20 inches long, and her head circumference was 13.5 centimeters. Centimeters, right? Oh yeah, inches would be way too big. Ouch. Yeah, 13.5 centimeters. So she was born at 37 weeks. So she's full term, but not the full 40-week pregnancy. But she wasn't like a preemie or anything like that. She didn't have any premature baby interventions like the NICU or anything of that nature. And my delivery was pretty smooth and straightforward. So as for her sleeping, she sleeps really well at night. If I feed her right before I go to sleep, she'll sleep for about 3 hours. And I'm breastfeeding, so I will feed her on one side and then change her diaper to kind of wake her up a little bit and then feed her on the other side. And she does pretty well. Like I said, about 3 hours at a time. Oh, that's her. She is such a good eater. She will eat until she's full and then I guess be done. When she was in the hospital at first, they were concerned that she might have jaundice because we have clashing blood types. I'm O positive and she is B positive. So they were worried about her bilirubin levels and everything, but they look fine. She didn't have to go in under any of those UV lights or anything that they do for jaundice. And they told me just keep feeding her and making sure she's pooping and she'll work it out of her system. So she is good now. She eats really well. In the hospital, she was sleeping a lot. I don't know if that's because she was so early or what, but she would have rather slept than eat. And anytime I tried anything to wake her up, changing her diaper, making her be naked, tickling her feet, anything, she did not wake up to eat. But now she's doing just fine and growing really well. So at 4 weeks, I haven't weighed her yet this week, but last week I weighed her and she was about 3 pounds or something. Which is really good because when she was born, she was 6 pounds, 11 ounces, and then she lost about, I'd say, maybe 6 or 8 ounces, something like that, at her first doctor's appointment, and then gained it back, which is typical for newborns to lose the weight that they were in the hospital, to lose weight after they leave. What am I saying? It's typical for them to lose weight after they're born. She kind of has a little bit of a personality. If you watched my labor and delivery video, you heard me say that she would move when they had the monitors on her, whenever they got the heartbeat monitor on her. She's getting fussy. Hold on. Nope, we're good. Every time they put the heartbeat monitor on her, she would move out of the way and then they would have to find it again. So she's kind of like that on the outside. If you touch her or play with her feet or something, she moves and doesn't like it. She doesn't like to be touched. So she's kind of like that on the outside, just like she was on the inside. She talks a lot. She makes lots and lots of noises when she's eating, when she's sleeping, when she's awake. She just makes noise all the time. And if you know me, you know that that is what I deserve for my child because I am so loud and I'm always making noise and all that stuff. Let's see, what else? She does not have very much hair. I expected a lot of hair. If you watched my 36-week update, pregnancy update, I said that in the ultrasound they saw a lot of hair. And so I was expecting her to have lots of hair, but she does not have a lot of hair at all. But that's okay because we will get there. As you can see, the genes don't shortchange you on a lot of hair here. So yeah, she doesn't have a lot of hair, but she does have really long fingers and big hands, big feet. So I think she's gonna be tall, which again, genes are funny, but her dad is 6'3" and I'm 5'4". So if she's really tall, it makes sense, but she did not get those genes from me. She has an outie belly button, which I think is so cute. And my mom always tells me she's gonna hate that when she's older, but I think it's the cutest thing ever. And she has, I haven't seen any birthmarks or like dimples. Naomi has a dimple. She has the same dimples as me, like these three. You can see them. Naomi has the same ones, but I didn't see like this smile dimple until she was like, I want to say maybe 3 months when she started smiling on purpose. So we'll see if Amaya has any dimples, but she does have this little ear dimple that her dad has. So she got that. And then what else? What else about Amaya? I think that's it for her. But yeah, she's doing really well, and I just am very excited to have her. As for me, emotionally, I am doing really, really well. I actually am very happy to have her. I feel like myself again. For a couple months there, I was like really depressed. I was sad. I was mad about my situation, but I'm so happy she's here. And I was afraid that I would regret or resent having her and be not able to bond with her as well because of my strong bond with Naomi. But that is not the case at all. Like, I love her so much. And my heart just like, it really does. It like expands. I just have more love for two girls now. I just love it. So yeah, I'm excited. I feel happy to be here and where I am and moving forward and everything. Physically, I'm doing well in that realm as well. I have lost all of my pregnancy weight that I gained, so I'm actually lower than my pre-pregnancy weight, and I think that's because of breastfeeding. And also for a while there, I wasn't eating very much just because like I was tired and like didn't have the time, and also for some reason breastfeeding makes me lose my appetite. I don't know why, but every time I'm feeding her, like I don't want to think about food for like the next hour or two, and then it's like another meal time, and then she needs to eat, and then I lose my appetite all over again. So I mean, I go a while without eating, which is not good for milk supply, and then I get really hungry and just like eat a bunch. But at any rate, I'm doing okay with my weight. Let's see what else. Oh, birth control. So I have my 6-week appointment, postpartum appointment at my OBGYN in 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks after that, I am scheduled to get on birth control. I'm going to get the T one that goes like inside. Personally, I am not ready at all to be in any kind of relationship. I'm not interested in a relationship. I don't want to talk to someone in that way in a relationship. I want to take a lot of time to focus on myself and on my girls. Nonetheless, I don't have any time for a relationship right now. And also, as I read my Bible and study a little bit more the Word of God, I just feel more pulled to wait until marriage type of thing. I mean, we can get into that later and all that. Like, I've already blown it. I've already had 2 kids out of wedlock, but whatever. You can be reborn, right? So yeah, I'm not worried about a pregnancy, but I wasn't worried this time about a pregnancy either, and here she is. So I'm just going to take precautions and get myself on a good little birth control. I also have a new job. I am working for my dad currently. I'm going to start doing video development and event planning for his company. I read all of their orientation paperwork. I have my first meeting, my official meeting this week, and I'm up on their website, everything. So I'm like moving away from the job where I met Amaya's dad. So thankfully I don't have to work there anymore and be around him or that awkwardness or anything like that anymore, as of now at least. And then lastly for me physically, so once again, TMI, but I have a fibroid, a uterine fibroid, which they found during my pregnancy and watched closely. But then after I had her, my doctor wanted to make sure that nothing was like stuck to the fibroid. Oh, hold on. Okay, we were getting fussy up there. Anyway, so what was I saying? Fibroid. My doctor wanted to make sure that nothing was like sticking to it or anything after I had Amaya, so she came in with these like, it looked like giant salad tongs and a big old hook. And like I had just pushed her out. I was like recovering, and then all of a sudden she goes in with these tools and is like scraping stuff out. TMI. Ooh, that hurt. Whew, getting hot. But anyway, she was like making sure everything came out, and then did an ultrasound and made sure that everything was out that way too. So I think that's why I haven't really bled very much. I had a little bit like right after I had her for like a week. It was like a regular period, not heavy, nothing like that. Then it turned into spotting, and now it's pretty much gone. So, and I'm only 4 weeks postpartum. So yeah, so as far as bleeding and cramping, any of that, it's gone. I'm good to go. I don't hurt anymore. I did have to get stitches on the top and the bottom. Ooh, that hurt. Like I said, they're healed. Everything's good. Nothing hurts anymore. I took ibuprofen for maybe a week after I had her, and then that's it. And I was good to go. And then also, like I said, I'm breastfeeding, so that helped, I guess, contract the uterus down. And I had contractions with that, or cramps that felt like contractions with that, and it hurt a little bit, but again, I'm good. The breastfeeding has been going really well. I was actually really picky about the latch to begin with. With Naomi, when I tried to breastfeed her, I like didn't understand breastfeeding, and so the latch was horrible and it hurt so bad, so I stopped. But with Amaya, now I understand that it's very, very important to have a good latch to begin with. And that's what helps you not hurt so much. So I was really picky about the latch, and even if it was a bad latch, I just took her off and redid it, and every single time, even if it was like 6 times. And so since then, breastfeeding has gone really well. I was sore for maybe like 4 days, and then that's it. So now I'm working on being able to build up a supply so that I can go back to school in the fall, and have my mom watch her for a couple hours while I'm in class. But obviously they need to have breast milk for her to feed her. So, and then I also forgot to say for her, she doesn't really take a pacifier. Like I say that now as she's sitting here with pacifier in her mouth. But she doesn't really like the pacifier. Usually it takes a little bit for me to get her to take it. I don't know if she just doesn't understand yet, or she really doesn't like it. But I will not be bummed if she doesn't like it, because my 3-year-old had a pacifier until she was 2, and then she had buck teeth. And then when I took it away, we had to relearn how to sleep all night without a pacifier. So if I don't have to take it away from her, I don't mind. And then I also tried, when I first had her home, I felt like I wasn't feeding her enough. So I did try and supplement with formula, and she did not want it. I don't know if she didn't like the taste or she didn't like the feeling of the nipple in her mouth, but she did not like it. And I've tried feeding her from a bottle, and she doesn't really like that either. So I don't think she likes the feeling of bottle nipples. But we're going to have to get through that if I'm going back to school. But yeah, so that is us. As for Naomi, she is loving being a big sister. She is such a good big sister. She is 24/7, always kissing on Amaya. She talks about her to her friends and her teachers, and every time I go to pick her up from school with Amaya, she runs over and opens the little car seat, uncovers her, and gives her kisses and says, "Hey everybody, look at Amaya." So she's really loving it. And even yesterday, I was getting ready to go, and Naomi was like playing on the iPad for a minute, and Amaya was in her little bassinet, and Naomi took the pacifier, stuck it in her mouth, and she actually took it, and then she was rocking the bassinet as she was watching her iPad. It was so cute. So cute. And she put her to sleep, actually. So I want to thank you for coming with me on my little pregnancy journey with my baby number 2. My channel coming up, I want to do more things that are not so mom-ish, I guess. I want to do like skincare routines. Oh, also my skin. Not happy. The hormones, I just have zits all up in this area. It's nasty. Skincare routines, hair care stuff, curly hair stuff. I have all kinds of video ideas. So coming up, it's not just going to be pregnancy and mom stuff and whatever. But I want to continue to upload on this channel, whether I have 49 subscribers or 449,000 subscribers, whatever. And I want to be more consistent with my uploads, because I know I have not been. But anyway, thank you for watching. Thanks for coming back, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Bye. She said, "No, girl, I'm going to sleep." All right.